Hello everyone, I'm with me, and today I'm happy the video's title is in all caps, so I have an excuse to do this. Capricorn, what Spirit wants you to know for the coming weeks. Well gee, I'm a Capricorn. I can't wait to find out what the Spirit has in store for me. I used to really dislike the popularity that star signs used to have. You know, the star signs you're born with, Capricorn, Cancer, etc. But I've seen them more used for memes now than I've seen them actually being used seriously. So it's a little surprising that I found one of these videos taking star signs so seriously without even trying. I mean, look, I looked up Spirit, and this is the video that caught my eye. Anyways, Spirit, show me the way.
Hi Capricorn, welcome to Spirit Mail. I'm Cheryl, and we're about to do your What Does Spirit Want You to Know reading for the month of March. This is my favorite reading. If you've watched me, you know this, because we don't ask any questions. We just let Spirit take over the whole reading and tell us exactly what it is that they want to say.
Geez, that sure took a quick 180. Hey, why don't you get in my van? No, don't ask any questions. You see where the don't ask any questions mentality falls short, right? I could tell you anything I wanted to, and you would just have to believe me because you aren't supposed to ask any questions.
So, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you so much for clear and concise messages, and we thank you for love, light, and prosperity, and we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us clearly what is your message for our friends born under the sign of Capricorn as it relates to them for the month of March, the weeks coming.
Nice rhyme. So the process she uses is quite interesting, and it makes it seem more legit. Obviously, you can't talk to a spirit without performing some type of ritual. Also, notice how she shuffled the cards. From my point of view, we are just playing random chance. But fine, okay. Let's not waste any time in finding out what's gonna happen this month.
Fortune's Wheel. Woohoo! What's crossing you? 3 of Earth. And underlying energy, 8 of Water. Near recent past, Ace of Fire. Capricorn. Okay. Crowning energy, Queen of Air. Pisces just got King of Air right there, same spot. Near future, Hanged Man. Wow. Okay. And your attitude or energy toward all this, 7 of Fire. I love that. Your outside influence, Page of Air. Your hopes and fears, the Star. Wow. And your outcome is Page of Earth.
At least now I know why the video was so long. Did you know how many cards she pulled out? Jeez.
I'm just going to say right now, again, I'm going to remind you, it's a general reading and it's a collective reading. So if it doesn't resonate with you, you might want to check out your moon and rising signs. That's the collective part of it. The general part of it is it's not specific to love or work or outside relationships or anything like that. It's just general with you. So whatever it is you have going on is how you're going to relate to it.
Yeah, give the viewers a Mad Lib and they'll fill in the rest. You're gonna get blank and blank tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, it is very easy to get swept up by these tactics, which is why it's so dangerous to fall for.
But you're coming out like your current energy is the wheel of, this says Fortune's Wheel, so the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you're on the top side of that wheel. Because there's a heart here, I feel like for some of you, it is going to be about a new relationship blooming or something like that. But whatever it is, whether it's relationship or work or whatever, this is a very favorable time for you right now, this month of March, okay?
Excellent. So you're explaining that something good is going to happen to me next month. Wow, what an exciting time. You know, March has 31 days in it, so a lot of shit can happen. If she would have said the next day or the next 2 days, it would be less believable because sometimes nothing happens. Because she says a month, it lends more credibility because a lot of shit can happen in that period of time. You can't fool me.
What's crossing you is whatever this change is, This card right here is the Three of Earth. For me, it's the same as it is the same as the Three of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. But for me, it's about a holy collaboration. And for me, the crossing card can either move you forward or it can hold you back.
Oh wow, you mean I can adapt to change or stay the same? Okay, this is so blatantly common it's laughable. Yes, everyone ends up going through changes at some point in time, hell, maybe even during this month. And I'm not talking about puberty, by the way. There are so many things this could represent. It's a fucking Mad Lib with only 10 words on the page.
Sometimes we just take off and go do things, and we really don't stop to consider what is our soul trying to say to us in regard to this. A holy collaboration, the number 3, is like you, your spirit team, and your creator, all of y'all working together. So that's what this is about. So if we take off and forget that we have a team working with us, we might try to do something on our own or accomplish something on our own, and we end up beating our head against the wall trying to move forward with something. And Spirit's here saying, if you would just ask me, if you would just, let me in to guide you, I can move you around the roadblocks, I can move you around the potholes in the road, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes we forget that we have that team there, and we just move forward.
So my soul guides me towards a better and brighter path, and I'm the one who ends up doing things that go against that. This sounds an awful lot like your conscience. You know when you're invited to a party but you don't end up going because you have a lot of shit to do? Or you do end up going anyways and end up with a shit ton to do at 3 a.m.? That's your conscience. I guess if you really wanted to, you could call it a soul. Though, by the way you're going about it, I don't think you'd agree with me. The only time I ever felt that I was guided towards a certain decision is when my conscience kicked in. Sometimes my conscience tells me to do bad things too. That's why when looking it up on Google, it's more of a devil and an angel type thing instead of just an always positive driving force. I'd hate to put words in your mouth because you clearly aren't talking about your conscience anyways, you're talking about some spirit. Now, I've never encountered this spirit before, so how am I supposed to know how it feels? Will it reveal itself to me if I just believe everything you say without question? But if I do that, then I'll suddenly believe the things I'll go through this month have some sort of spiritual value. Every other month has just been like every other month, but now that I'm overanalyzing this month, suddenly there's a spiritual meaning and value to it. This is the same thing we do in going to church. Just by believing that God and Jesus are there with you, just by believing that it's quote-unquote God's house, suddenly the church and Sunday morning have spiritual meaning and value. For an even broader example, if you are one of those people who go to like Starbucks or a local cafe every day, you're doing the same thing except without the spiritual stuff. It becomes your routine, your morning tradition. This is why when people don't feel God or Jesus with them when going to church is very boring. There's nothing wrong with any of this, by the way, but I hope you see just how easy it is to assign meaning and value to everyday activities just by repeating the tradition or putting spiritual meaning into those said traditions.
So again, it can move you forward smoother, or it can, if we're not connected, if we're not connecting on a regular basis, it can kind of hold us back or cause us to stumble.
I really do like that card. It is very true that we experience things that can either hold us back or push us forward, and in recognizing that, we can accomplish a lot. So I totally understand the appeal. I just wish there weren't any blatant manipulation tactics so we can evaluate the idea without the need for total obedience to the spirit.
Your root energy, the underlying energy for you, is the 8 of water. And for me, this always has something to do with the recent past. So it's like deep in your gut, it's like you made a decision. You're moving on. You're moving on to what serves you better. You're leaving behind the things that no longer work for you. And it's like because in the recent past, you had some kind of revelation or epiphany, perhaps in meditation or something, right? It's like this is spirit giving you, for me, the aces are always a gift. So it's like spirit's giving you this new inspiration, this new idea about who you are and how you show up in whatever this area is for you.
Whatever it is for you. Well, I believe that it's trying to tell me that star signs have no place in the modern world because the cosmos affecting us at birth has no real reasoning behind it. Even if that were the case, wouldn't it be easier to dictate certain personality types just by using the signs? It's almost as if your background, culture, and past change who you are, instead of the star signs dictating who you are and what you're going to go through.
And because of that, you decided, yep, and I'm gonna leave behind those things that no longer serve me, because the way I've been doing it's not been working. So I'm gonna do it differently. I am going to walk a different route.
Okay, with a bleeding heart, I have to say that I totally have had those things happen to me. I'm very bad with procrastination, and I've been trying hard to fix that issue. Believe it or not, I actually did have an epiphany, and I have an idea of what I want to do and where I want to go. Even crazier, it did end up having to do with my past. If I hadn't have looked up this video, I would have had no idea that this had any spiritual meaning or value to it. And that's the thing. It didn't, and it still doesn't. Just by watching this video, my mind will start filling in the blanks as to what it all means. And this is why I could so easily relate to this card pairing. This is because our brains like to fill in the gaps to get a full picture. Our brains don't like uncertainty. They like clear-cut facts that make absolute sense. When something is vague, our brain starts searching for meanings and answers, whether it is related to us or not, or if that thing even has any meaning to begin with. Think of it like the censor sounds on television, when a character says the F-bomb and it goes beep. Well, our brains immediately fill in the gaps as to what that means. With all that being said, I totally understand how this can bring inspiration to some people. This isn't the worst thing you could do with these types of readings. The most malicious ones are when they have an overtly negative connotation, making people worry, and sometimes giving those who have anxiety even more anxiety. It's also possible that people will misinterpret the meanings and end up getting themselves into bad situations. This video did actually offer some pretty good advice though, even if the context around that advice wasn't good on its own. You don't have to add spirituality and fortune telling into it when you can simply follow the advice at your own volition. Besides, I don't think this lady is very malicious anyways. If I had a radar, she would definitely be low on that radar. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like if you did. Let me know if you want more response videos like this. If you want to support the channel even more, Patreon down in the description. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Bye-bye!